this and that, and then they come out for that.
We chase the dream.
The discrepancy.
Hi, good evening. Thank you for joining us for another episode of Academic Sports and Physiology. My name is Juanita Goodwell, and I'll be your host tonight. And I am joined by two of our other coaches, legends in the community, and JJ Foster and I'm so sorry. I'm having a little difficulty here.
That's all right.
But it's been a minute. It's been a minute since we've been together, and so I'll let you guys go ahead and just kind of catch us up on what you guys been up to. But for me, school's back in session, and we're full blown, and
that's what it is.
Ready
you
to
got to
go.
deal with them kids. See,
twice, 2 days already. 2 days already. So. All right. So how about you guys? What have you guys been up to the last couple of weeks?
Last couple of weeks, Davis, what you been up to, man?
Man, just chilling.
Catching little fever games.
Yep, going to the fever games. Family reunions, things like that. Just kind of enjoy the summer before things get a little bit hectic as far as work goes. But
yeah. I'm gonna say I've been enjoying getting off work, not having to run over to the gym. No open gym, none of that. I'm enjoying my little
for a couple of weeks
time off. There you go, to after Labor Day. So it feels good to have a little, your life back a little bit.
Yeah, definitely. Mm-hmm. Well, there's been a few things going on out in the sports world. One of the things, obviously, I'm a fan of the Yankees. Been keeping up with the baseball, but Yankees kind of struggling and trying to stay at top and doing their thing. You're a Cubs fan?
Yeah, Cubs fan. It was interesting though when all the trade deadlines and the rich get richer, but
the
as
rich
far as
make a move and everybody don't. But
you're right. I mean, it's no different than when the Yankees used to do it back in the day, right? With Steinbrenner. So I applaud it. I mean, I love to see these guys making money. Women making money in the sports industry, and it just makes it interesting. And as far as the Cubs fan, we've got some pitching which we needed. So the final month going down, or September, it's going to be interesting. Yeah. We were 7 games out from Milwaukee, now we're 3. So things are going to be pretty good.
Yeah, I'm rooting for, on the national side, Milwaukee to pull some strings here, make some things happen. Got to knock them Dodgers down. And who are you kind of like rooting for here in the?
Man, I'm a fan. And
okay.
Hey, the Dodgers, and I love the manager. How about that? But at the end of the day, it cracks me up. People talk about money. Yeah, A, they're making the moves, but B, they had a farm system to make moves. And there's other teams that were in position that could have did it, that he didn't do it. And just because you had the most talent don't mean you guaranteed to win.
Correct.
Exactly.
Hence, that's 7-8 game stretch that they had, that streak where they weren't winning.
Right.
And if you check the stats, the team that pays the most, like they said, in the last however many years, hasn't won the World Series. Right. And it's so many times, it just shows you can throw all the money you want, you still have to manage that talent.
And you brought up a good thing, which people don't realize. You can't make some of those deals if you don't have a good farm system.
Sure.
They track people. There was one person I'm trying to remember that the Cubs had to give up that we're like, oh man, don't want to give him up. But it's about winning today.
Yeah.
So.
And I tell you what, it's funny because I heard some people talking too. There's some people, if you really about your sport, and again, we talked about competing before we got on air. Hey, I'm gonna grab some players just so they can't get him.
Mm-hmm.
If you really real about it, but. Hey, it is what it is.
Yeah, Yankees making a few moves as well, and when Volpe went down, it was because I was a fan of Volpe when he came in, and was excited about him, but he just hasn't been hitting the mark, and so they're making the moves that they need to do to try to strengthen the team. The captain's still out. Don't know if he's going to be making it back this season. I mean, it's been extended.
Yeah.
And
pitching is important. Because these months, still in baseball, you still have a lot of outdoor stadiums.
Yeah.
And that winter season come, pitching is important as far as who's going to win that World Series. If you plan out, that's why LA always wants to have the most wins and the advantage, because they're going to be in LA in the warmer area most of the time. But when you had to go to New York to play, or Chicago or Cleveland, those October nights get cold.
Yeah.
And so that can make a difference, especially if you got good pitching.
So what's going on with the WNBA? What's been the latest and greatest happening there?
The WNBA or the WWE? I mean, I have never seen so much people pay so much attention to non-sports related stuff
Oh my God.
in a sport.
Yeah.
And, the sad part about it is, I ain't gonna say this is the best that we've ever seen, but I mean, it is so talented. There's talent on every team this year. It is entertaining just with the basketball, but they focused on everything. And honestly, I guess for ratings and things, it's a good thing because it has everything that you want. They talking about the young ladies' relationships. You got fights, you got racism, you got some of everything that draws people in, and you got eyes on that sport.
Yeah.
And what you said, and then what they're missing though is, man, it's the product has been the deepest it's ever been.
Yeah.
You've got teams from 1 through 8 right now that it could every day it could switch. I mean, you got a heck of a game coming on tonight with the Mystics playing the Aces. So that's kind of, you said what I've been doing. I go home, I watch the Cubs, and then I wait for a WNBA game to come
Right.
on. And then I start all over again.
We go to sleep at the WNBA game on. Right. Got to turn it on because the game's coming on at 10 o'clock.
And to add, you talked about how deep it is team-wise.
Yeah.
But think about how deep it is on those teams. Because when you look at the Lynx, you look at the Aces, you look at the Fever. I mean, they got multiple players that can go.
Yes.
I'm like, so it's going to be real interesting in these playoffs.
So what do you think about the MVP race? I'm a little biased. Now, don't get me wrong. We already know the Aces got the best player. Asia is the best player in the league. But what Kelsey Mitchell is doing?
She is. Definitely a strong contender.
Yes. I mean, 17 games in a row? What she's doing, at least put her up there. I'm not saying she's going to win.
Okay.
But I think she should be in the conversation.
Okay.
Is yours already locked?
No, it ain't locked. But I just know, just funny that, and again, Kelsey, hey, I appreciate everything that she's doing. And she don't get the respect that she deserves in her own state, on her own team.
Yeah.
Yep.
So I understand that.
Yep.
But I thought he was going to say, they got this rookie that's taking over the league that's out there running things. So if you want to talk about whose name should be in that discussion, Olivia Miles.
That was a given. I thought she was already in the discussion.
Okay, so I hear you fight for your girl, though. I get it.
Because most of the time when I hear it is Asia, Olivia Miles, and who can't remember who else they had put up there. But I think now Kelsey Mitchell has to get in the talk. I'm going to tell you someone else who's having a heck of a season, and they're not even thinking about her, and that's Breanna Stewart.
And Bree, like you said, year in, year out.
And I mean, and when you see her up close, it's just, oh my gosh, the handles that she has and the things that she does that nobody sees.
Right.
Hey, and this dude just gave us some talking points off of the talking point.
Yeah.
If you think Kelsey Mitchell could be MVP over Caitlin Clark, man, come on.
Why wouldn't she?
Why would she? What'd you want to put on it? That's your life savings.
If they had to put somebody
hit me with
on
all
there.
the facts you want to hit me with, but let's put money on it. That's all I'm going to say.
I don't think Caitlin Clark is in the running for MVP.
That's what you say.
Yeah.
But I'm just
I mean,
telling you.
I said, of course, I said,
exactly.
I.
No, I'm
Yeah.
talking
I mean,
about
and all-
legitimately.
all-
I'm saying, do you really
all of
think
these comments are
legitimately?
opinion based. So I mean,
do you think legitimately though? If they're submitting people, you're gonna have Kelsey over Caitlin.
Well, because I figure
I
was talking to basketball people, not just people that's watching the game.
What he's not?
Right.
I'm talking
Not the
WNBA
base.
people.
Not the
Yeah.
base, right?
Right.
Yeah.
What Kelsey Mitchell is doing, yes, I would put her there. I would put her there. She's carried them a few games, even games when Caitlin has struggled, and Boston.
Yeah.
But I think those three together, to me, they help each other.
Right.
They
Them
help
three,
each other
them
get
four,
stuff.
they have a team, man.
Yes, they do. And then now,
their squad.
and now we even you get into people. The state of Indiana now is hating Stephanie White because she's not protecting their players. I mean, it's crazy. It's so much.
So there's two stories that I wanted to kind of just touch on, just to get some viewpoints on it. But Stephanie being one of them, the president of the Fever, or whatever the official title is, the owner, whatever, coming out and saying, speaking highly of Stephanie and saying that this
Standing
person has
behind
put his another, season is a contender in playoffs, and what's wrong.
I don't know if you saw the last game in the post game conference. Caitlin Clark stood up for her.
Yeah.
We weren't going to lose this game for our coach. And that's where I feel like just let them play basketball.
Yeah.
Just let them play basketball and let all that other stuff go.
Yeah.
Look, shout out Quentin Washington. I hear you got Kelsey over her for sure. I hear you. I hear you.
See, Q no.
Yeah.
You play for Bruce, man.
So
all right, Q.
Do you think that there will be some kind of consequence impact if White doesn't get removed this season? Do you think that there will be? Do you foresee anything like happening in that?
It depends on how far they go.
So they're going to have to go far in order for that to kind of simmer down.
Yeah, I don't see why she should get removed, but hey, everybody has their opinions. You know how that is.
Unless there's something behind the scenes that we don't know. And I know in the beginning they tried to make like a riff, like her and Caitlin wasn't getting along.
Yeah.
Something along them lines. Other than that, I think they showed it. Everybody else, there are no issues.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
They're winning. They're in contention.
Yep.
They're like what Bruce said. Now, we saw how far, and I done said it once, I said 1,000 times, they were a play away from going to the championship.
That's
right.
With all the injuries that they had, which included CC.
Right.
So, I mean, I think give her the opportunity. I said it before the season started. I like their odds. So now you put her in the tournament and everybody comes and does what they do. They may be in the finals. And I don't think anybody have an issue with it, and
she's done she's had a move that she's done the last 2 or 3 games where she started KK Timpson, and that's worked out really well. It's worked out really well, and it seems like they're all meshing. So, but man, like you said, the Mystics have won 6, 7 games in a row, and oh man, they're loaded on the front line.
Yeah,
and that's part of that.
Yeah.
Like let coaches coach. I mean, we're as coaches, we're the ones that's there on a daily to see what's happening, right? And you're not there, so that's I just feel bad that like her status is being diminished in a way, and she really hasn't done anything but try to coach.
Right. And she's an Indiana girl. That's
right.
the thing about it. She's been an Indiana legend for Miss Basketball.
Yeah.
Purdue. We even played for the Fever, and now she comes home to coach the team, and
Who's she going home to? She said she come home. Who's she going home to? That's what I thought.
I'll let Stephanie.
Okay, so the other before we jump off the WNBA, so the whole contact, right? The more recent contact with Sophie Cunningham.
Sophie Cunningham and
I can't recall the name right now. But
Dejanay Carrington.
There you go. But when you look back at the contact that brought Sophie into the equation when she was defending Caitlin that game, right?
Yep.
Her contact was a lot more intentional in, going for the upper body and all that, where, you look at the play and it just kind of was part of a move to the ball, but it went to her, top area. At least that's, from what I see. That
it looked worse in slow motion than it did when you actually watch it when it went. But I almost kind of think that Dejanay Carrington had the kind of the Dennis Rodman thing.
Correct. Yeah, that's
because
true.
she has done it so many times.
Yeah,
the reputation
the
has followed her.
reputation,
Like,
okay.
And I mean, that ain't the first time she's done that with somebody in the head or whatever. So I think that kind of got her. But I know where you're going at, and I think they didn't. First of all, Sophie Cunningham should have got a technical because once she got up and pushed, and who wouldn't have got up? Of course, they would have done that, but she still should have got a technical. But if I recall, when Sophie did it, she was suspended, right?
I don't.
Did she
recall.
get suspended for that?
Yeah.
So, but it's they're playing basketball. You know why Sophie Cunningham did it? She was protecting. I don't believe. This is just me, and I kind of agree with Stephanie White. I don't know if she was doing it intentionally. I do believe she wanted a hard foul, but I don't
Right.
believe she was doing it intentionally
Yeah.
because you could tell when you look at it, she was going after the ball.
Yeah.
And she came across it. And it was the right call. You still got it because flagrant 2 has nothing to do about intent.
Exactly.
So,
Yeah.
but like you say, it's a basketball play. If this was in the men's game, would we even be arguing about that?
No.
No, we wouldn't argue about it. If it was
Yep.
against another player, we wouldn't be
Yep,
arguing
you're
about
right. Yep.
it. And with that, though, I mean, Carrington's response, me and Bruce, we talked
Yes.
the other
Yeah.
evening, was unnecessary.
Yep.
Sure.
Unless you're going to elaborate and talk about what did you mean, which she still hasn't came out with a statement, but it still didn't address what she said.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And so with her saying what she said, now you got all eyes on that play, and people now, everybody got an opinion about it.
Mhm.
But I just think if she's out the game, she's suspended, because like we just said, Sophie was the same deal.
Yep.
Leave it at that.
Yeah.
Or unless you're going to say, oh, well, shoot, if I'd have did that to a Boombake or somebody else,
Right.
they wouldn't have called it. Say that. Otherwise, just
Yep.
shut up, take the penalty, and you
And-
did
and-
what you
yeah,
did.
Move on.
Yeah.
Right.
You know?
Yep.
Yeah.
So,
And it was the sad part about that is, man, she was killing the fever at that time. So I hated that she
13.
done it. I hated that she done it, but I was glad she was out of the game.
cost your team.
She did cost her team.
Yeah.
Well, it definitely is an opportunity, right? To if we're, if looking for the young ladies watching the game, opportunity to, try to take away management and how to handle certain things and some of those adversity points, and maybe things can be better and cleaned up, and then how some of our kids can take from that. So
I got a question for you. You coach, well, both of you, because I coached girls basketball middle school for 2 years when I first started. You've coached girls basketball. You went to a high, went to the semi-state. You've gone to state. I know how it is with boys where they're going to watch a game and they see the NBA players. Has the WNBA made a difference for young women playing basketball now?
yes, I believe so, because first it's given them in the incentive, right? Because they actually get to see it a little bit more,
Right.
Vivid now, right? Before it was just something like
Right.
not everybody was watching it, not everybody was into the game and all of that. And now with the hype and all that's been built up in the last couple of years, it definitely has given the girls, they're talking more about the WNBA than they ever have.
And I'm going to take it a step further. It's having an impact on the guys. There's guys out there wearing
Oh, yeah.
Asia Wilsons,
Yeah.
so
Yep.
that are talking about the game, because, I mean, the girls are just that good. So,
Yeah. And the games are exciting.
correct.
Well, the guys wearing the Asia shoes, I mean,
Yeah, so
yeah,
well,
yeah.
I mean,
yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah.
And look, y'all brought up Sophie Cunningham. What about her statement? Can we talk about her statement? Where do you guys follow that pendulum? Y'all can suck your lips with all that. Where do you follow that pendulum? Of what
she
Sophie Cunningham said. Her stance.
Yeah.
Yes.
First of all, it doesn't matter to me if you're transgender or whatever you want to be, but I don't believe that they should be playing if you're a guy, you shouldn't be playing with girls. It just seems like someone would get hurt because you still, it'd be like, say all of a sudden someone built like a Dwight Howard playing in the WNBA. You can't have that. That's just how I feel.
And I guess for me, it's difficult to speak in the way that I would see it is that it's when the transition point happened. And, because earlier in life, there's a balance switch that happens, but later in life, there's not much of the gender lost or the hormones and all of that lost. So that's where I think it becomes more difficult, but I don't know. I can't really speak into how early transition happens.
And
It's a conversation that I'm not comfortable with,
Yeah.
but I mean, I personally do agree that it's not something that I would want to see,
I mean, so is Bruce Jenner considered transgender?
Yeah.
He was.
Caitlyn.
I'm sorry.
Well,
Okay.
Caitlyn.
Yeah. Caitlyn Jenner. But at one point, he was the greatest athlete in the world. So now, if he decides at that point that he's changed over, or he felt like, hey, this is me, and he competed against women. I don't know if that's fair. That's I don't know how if I can say yes or no. But to me, I just don't think that's fair.
I think the medical side of it, right? I do think that if there's a transition sooner, that something happens.
Right.
I don't know for sure, right? But
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I would imagine. But later in life, you're still a man. Like
So you agree
still,
with some stipulations?
yes.
Yes.
Not just across the board,
It
which
would-
is what.
But with it being so brand new, I mean, it definitely
Yeah.
would have to be, looked at it with that, because it is an unfair advantage.
And
I think.
and right now, I'm saying this because I may not know enough. Later
And I
on,
don't.
some things come out and go, oh, okay. But right now, the way I see it,
But I still say both are correct, because like she
Yeah.
said, you're to your point with Caitlin and Bruce. If he
Yeah.
was to come back, you got Enos Kanter and Royce White
yes,
that
yeah,
have played NBA career ball that aren't a step slow, that they can't play in the league. But hey, I'm gonna transition to
So-
a female and gonna play WNBA.
So is that what Enos Kanter was talking about? I thought he
Yeah.
wanted to come over to coach. He's talking
No,
about actually
he's talking
playing.
about playing.
Oh my
Playing.
gosh, Enos Kanter was 6'10".
That's my point. And
Playing.
so back
And he
to
wasn't a little
Sophie
16.
Cunningham's statement.
Yeah.
I didn't see anything wrong with her statement.
Right.
She was not derogatory.
No.
There was no malice in it.
Nothing.
She just basically, said,
Yeah.
like we did. I mean, you literally have there's state champions in some of these other states that have allowed that were guys that were allowed to compete on the female side. We've had Olympic champions. So your Bruce Jenner, there's actually real live examples of that have transitioned and went on the other side.
Right. I
So-
can't remember the young lady that the 800 runner that at maybe some years back from South Africa, and they said she was what was it at hermaphrodite or whatever, and they actually
Zola Bud?
no, not
I was
Zola
gonna
Bud. This
say,
is
what the heck?
she was African American
Okay.
or South African. And man, I can't recall her
Zola
name.
Bud.
I have to look it up. But she was, just killing people in the 800. And then, but they said she kind of had both sets of sexual organs or whatever. And so they stripped her, and it kind of ruined her. And she wasn't able to run for years. And then when she came back, she just wasn't the same person. But
Yeah, it definitely. I mean, on face value, it's I don't think it's time. I don't think it's that we're ready to make a move on that. I believe that there still needs to be more. But just for that perfect example, if Caitlin was to come back
Yeah.
after having been successful in the Olympics and dominating on the men's stage, and then making a transition and trying to come over into the women's side, I don't see the fairness in that.
yeah.
So it's a difficult conversation. I just don't think that we're ready to see
Right.
that, and I don't think it's not because we are, malicious in that.
No, it's
just-
nothing against
it's
anybody.
not.
It's just,
It's just not something.
It's almost like that eye test, like,
yeah,
you know,
exactly.
you know.
Yeah, you know that's not going to go well. Like,
Right,
come
right.
on.
No.
But yes,
So
so
and this and when we say that, we're talking about someone like me. Women might I probably couldn't play with them right now. But when you got someone like you said, Enos Kanter, who still and hasn't been that far out of the league, who was and was a decent player, now you get really,
Yeah. yeah, it's yeah. I don't think that we're ready for that. So.
yeah, we're not ready for Joanna, man. Yeah,
No, no. All right. So we only have a few minutes left. I know we got nowhere else to go, so I get that, JJ. It's all good. You ain't gotta. I'm not gonna rush you, but the biggest topic that I was ready to have a conversation on is the current transition from Lakers to 76ers. So, any thoughts on that move?
Well,
Oh, I bought some papers. I got some
Yeah.
notes.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah,
ready
tell us what you got.
to
Yeah.
get
Yeah.
into this.
Yeah.
I got my opinion.
Wow.
But what are your thoughts on it?
I think we
the
talked
move.
about the Lakers on one of the shows, so all the people that they picked up. I think
Right.
We brought that up. So I mean, they haven't made any other moves.
Well, I'm not talking about the Lakers.
The
I'm talking about
Sixers.
the individual.
Oh, okay.
And more or
Well,
less.
what it shows is that he's still the face of the NBA at 42 years or getting ready to be 42 years old. The fact that the commissioner, outright said, "No, we got to hold the schedule till we find out what LeBron's going to do." And
then gave them all the prime time games.
exactly, and then all the games. I mean, it's set up, and it just he still has value in the league.
Jersey sales record for the fastest jersey sales for somebody to transfer. So he's the face. The question is, can he get Joel Embiid to play? You know, honestly, I think it's gonna be good because you got the young fellas.
Mm-hmm.
Was Hedgecock? Is that how you?
Edgecombe. DJ
Edgecombe.
Yep.
And then Maxey.
Yep.
Those young fellas,
which they were already good without.
Correct. And Maxey been working out with him right now.
Yeah.
You know, they got he's
well, him
Clutch
and LeBron
Sports.
always worked out, didn't they?
Clutch Sports.
Yep.
But so they're working. Jaylen Brown, you already know,
Wow.
a dog. I think Embiid gonna know, hey, he got LeBron there. I can't be lazy. I got to get my butt in shape. I got to play.
Yep.
I think it's gonna be good for him.
And what I looked at, and I can't remember, but I looked at more, all right, who they got on the bench. Because kind of like you said, you may need somebody for Embiid for 20 games. But with that lineup they have, you just need somebody that can come in as a role player. Heck, they just signed Kevin Love. Yeah.
And think about LeBron's contract. So you decide who you want. And you got vets, and that's just it. I can come over, I can run with this man for a little bit. Yeah, I'm all for that.
He what? $8 million for 2 years?
For 2 years. Yeah, $4 million a year. Yeah.
The world of James said no ring for King James.
Yes. Well, but you don't, I guess there's no diminishing of his legacy in a way. The ring chasing, in his. So, let's,
I'm glad you brought that up, though,
Yeah.
because check this out. We say ring chasing. Okay.
Ain't that what you're supposed to do?
That part, but here's the other part. I mean, this man has all the money.
Yeah.
He went there, he making less than 80% of the league.
Mm-hmm.
So if he goes somewhere, he takes some money. Oh, he just worried about the money. Oh, all he in the entertainment now.
Right.
Oh man. So now he gonna go. He didn't plan it out. Went to the best fit that he thinks that can get in the ring. Yeah, I think that's what you're supposed to do. That's what sports is. Honestly, I think. So I don't. Yeah, I don't look at it as chasing.
Every year you play for the ring.
Yeah.
And did he go somewhere? Yeah, the Lakers did. He couldn't stay at the Lakers. He just couldn't. They needed.
Yeah.
He had to go in order for the Lakers to grow. So if I gotta go, I might as well go somewhere where I got an opportunity.
But
and he
is that,
doesn't
but
have
is
to
that
play as hard.
is that because that's him, or is that because that's the times, right? Because I remember the day when players played and demonstrated
what they demonstrate?
loyalty,
Michael Jordan finished with the Wizards.
Michael Jordan finished with the Wizards.
Barkley, Pippen, Moses Malone, Shaquille O'Neal. I mean, towards the end of your career, we talking about a 42-year-old.
Yeah.
He can be all loyal. So who is he loyal to? The Lakers or to Cleveland?
Yeah, I mean, there is
or
none,
Miami,
right?
yeah.
He hasn't had one.
Miami.
He has. I mean,
Yeah.
but I guess I'm looking at it from the perspective of what we're seeing, right? And what our kids are seeing. And, we're now into this, it's not working, so I'm going to go somewhere else. It's not working.
That's stage in high school sports.
Exactly.
That's staying in high school.
But
so.
I don't look at it that way. Wherever LeBron goes, he builds them up. He's won a championship with every team he's played for. All right. So you got to give him that. Secondly, I'm not one of those ones who care about the GOAT, LeBron or Jordan, because I think Kareem is the best to me anyway. But I'm just happy that they're even in the conversation. So I don't really care about that. What I do like is the fact that where it's different, he's controlled his career. Yes. And I like the fact that so when you talk about loyalty, a lot of times back in the day, they had to be loyal because they couldn't.
They had no
They
rights.
couldn't go
That's
anywhere
right.
else.
Correct.
And they were held back. And he controls
the whole league.
Yes. Yes.
He
He
controls
controls what happened. And I think that was one thing I used to say back in the day about Jordan is Jordan could control this league if he wanted to.
If he wanted to.
Yep. And he didn't.
Republicans watch NBA too.
Republicans buy gym shoes also, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yep,
but that's what I'm saying.
said.
As far as making waves, he not. But LeBron has never been that. But you talking about times. Here's the deal too. You got to remember, LeBron came straight from high school.
He did.
So just like what he talked about, them 4 years in Cleveland, hey, that's like being in college. So it's a whole different. His whole mindset is different. So we gonna see how long you been in the league.
23.
23 years. He gonna be
24,
with one team, man. Ain't nobody did that.
No.
I ain't gonna say in the history of the game. I don't know how long was Bill Russell in the league. That might be
That's a good question.
I mean,
Hey,
but
well,
outside of that,
Well, I
nobody
guess-
has done that.
I mean,
nobody,
Well, nobody stayed in the league
I mean-
as long as LeBron, I don't think.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but I don't think nobody. So
Yeah. So,
Kobe kind of.
but you know what I think it is?
You know, I guess I just follow players that kind of had that kind of loyalty.
you
Jeter
said
stayed
staying
with
up for a minute. I'm like, man, the Lakers didn't want him. So what? That wasn't his
No,
choice.
I'm talking. Well, I'm just saying like players that kind of like been the staple for me, right? So Kobe, right, being one of them. Derek Jeter being one of them, right? You know, we're talking like 20.
Well,
years,
if Shaq
know.
had stayed, Kobe was gone.
Yeah,
You
most
know?
definitely. But-
So there's a
but-
difference on that.
But I know, but here's the deal though. But Kobe wanted to play for the Lakers, right? The Lakers were something to him.
Kobe would have took a trade. He was looking
Yeah.
for a trade.
He
would've-
would have
Yep.
if that wasn't being met. But at that time though, right? He was young, right?
Right.
So in fairness, you're talking about LeBron coming
Before
in
they
when
got
he was,
Gasol, he was
out.
was ready. He was gone. He was
Yeah,
gone.
he
Yeah,
was out.
No.
If they didn't make the moves, he was gone. So
I mean, and there's nothing. It's you're right. Kobe stayed. Jordan,
Well, I mean,
he kind of
he
stayed.
had a different
The
life,
biggest thing
yeah.
with Jordan is when he went to play baseball. But that was, that was something he had to do for himself, of course. But I think now you look at someone like a Steph Curry, and I don't know. I think Steph has to stay there. I think he is Golden State.
correct.
He has to
Well,
stay
here's
there.
my question: What if LeBron would have went to Golden State?
Right,
Is that
right.
ring chasing? Because them old mugs wasn't great, win nothing.
No, they weren't going to win. They
Probably
weren't
not,
going to win.
no, probably
Yeah,
not.
they weren't
No.
going
I
to win.
mean, it would have been
Right, he
fun
just
to
wanted-
watch,
he
but
was
they
just
wouldn't
wanted-
have been-
Yep.
Yeah.
And hey, put it this way, LeBron could be. Here's the thing though. We're talking about someone that's going on their 23rd year, and most of the time when we're talking about somebody that's old, they're just happy to be on the team. This dude is
he's
still
still
producing.
performing. He's still producing.
He's
I
still
get it.
averaging 20
And I
points
and
a
I take
game.
nothing. I take nothing away from his game at all.
Yeah.
I take nothing away from his game, right? But for me, what I've always had an issue, and you've just made it pretty clear, right? Because you said that he pretty much controlled the NBA,
Mm-hmm.
right? And he's had control of his whole career and had the NBA kind of make moves based on him,
Yep.
right? And for me, it's like that, when you're bigger than, I mean, I'm a Lakers fan. You're not bigger than the Lakers, dog. Like I can't,
Well, no, he's
I
not
can't
big-
let that
he's not-
happen.
He's not bigger than
So,
the Lakers. I mean, the
but
Lakers are
that's-
gone all
I'm
the
just
way
Bigger
saying.
than the league, but he ain't bigger
I
than
mean,
the Lakers.
right?
Well, no, no.
Exactly. So that's what I'm saying. So
Because the Lakers have-
I can't accept that, and but it's just my opinion.
Right.
So I guess I just wanted to just.
So what the,
So
what the
when-
Lakers
when-
gonna do?
this-
Y'all got the superstar. Y'all got Luka. What they gonna do this year?
I mean, we'll see. I mean, but we still gonna. I'm still gonna wear
when,
my.
so
my
when he
Laker gear.
came
I'm
to
still
the
gonna-
Lakers, were you excited?
No,
You were not.
no.
So
Because he's bigger everywhere that he went. He's bigger than.
'Cause she diehard.
He's
I like
bigger
diehard.
than
Yeah.
that.
I like that.
Than
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
Than that organization.
so did you
whatever.
stop rooting for him?
No, I didn't stop rooting for them. I was a Lakers fan.
All right,
I mean,
so-
I'm a Lakers fan.
So she didn't want him, but now he left, and she don't want him.
Right.
No, I'm happy he's gone.
America.
I'm happy he's gone. But
Yeah.
I'm also just talking about the
say that
transition,
40
so-
games into the season.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. It's all good. It's all good. All right, guys. So, I mean, obviously, I just, like I said, I was just bringing it up because I do think that it did have an impact when it comes to what our kids are seeing as well, right? And maybe it didn't.
Yes.
Maybe
Right.
it didn't.
But-
Maybe
but
it's
I-
something
Why,
else.
why is it that's LeBron though? Because Kevin Durant and Harden,
Yeah, sure.
they might
No.
change teams twice in 1 year.
You're right. You're right.
But we don't really
they
discuss that.
But they're also not, as NBA or controlling the NBA like LeBron.
Yeah.
So,
but I mean,
when you have
would
that much
would you put Kevin
exposure,
Durant in, say what,
hey,
top 20
just
all time?
I'm just
Oh,
I'm just.
definitely.
Let me
Yeah.
just put it this: I'm just done with the decision. I'm done. All right.
Hey, and look, before
Oh, okay. I'm glad.
look, hold on.
I like
before
that.
we wrap it up, because I know she get ready.
We got to get
Hey,
going.
we gotta say, Russell Westbrook retired.
Yeah.
Gotta get thoughts on Russell Westbrook. You talking one of the hardest playing mugs that ever played in the NBA. When you think about people that play hard night in, night out,
Yep.
him, Allen Iverson, first two come to mind.
Yep.
Then it's me and some of my guys, Ben Moore, Tim Martin, shout out. We was talking.
Ben Moore,
as
Tim.
far- Hey, hardest dunkers outside of Dominique.
Oh,
Did
man.
anybody that just assaulted the
Yeah.
rim like him or dunked. Head to the dog.
He was just enjoyable to watch because he did play so hard. He was going to go out there. You know, you talk about, I used to hate to hear this because they talk about LeBron and they say ring chasing, and then they would say he was chasing rebounds or triple doubles or whatever.
Correct.
And but I mean, the guy was just playing hard, and he gave you all he got all the time, and he, you know, and that you gotta love that. You gotta love that. What was it, 3 year or 4 years straight? He averaged a triple double.
Yeah, he got the record, whatever it is, and I know 209 games or whatever in his career. And the 20-20-20 is crazy.
Yeah,
That game when Nipsey Hussle died, 20-20-20. Come on. That means your teammates is hitting shots though, because the 20 assists, that's the hard part.
That's
well,
hard.
I mean, you had 30 assists in the game, right?
Yeah, correct. I think it's more than that. It was like 59.
Sugar had 80.
It was so ridiculous.
We'll talk about that on another program. But
20-20-20 is nuts. So, yeah.
Well, I just want to just reiterate my opinions, and that's that. So, voice theta today. Just my
I love it.
All right. So, do you want to give us that?
Remember
that
to
shout-out
like,
over there?
share, and subscribe to A.S.A.P, Academic Sports and Physiology.
Shout out Quentin Washington and the World of Giants. Appreciate y'all. out there
Yes,
listening.
yes,
I know LA
definitely.
Sky, he out there listening to everybody else say it's all good.
Awesome. All right. Well, hey, great conversation tonight, and look forward to the next one. Thank you guys for joining us tonight on A.S.A.P, and we'll see you on the next show.
Academics, sports and
They call
physiology.
you all kind of names, this and that, and then they come out
Study
in front of
life, we chase the dream.
the discrepancy.